But first, before I get on to Anthony Albanese's extraordinary apology today to Grace Tame, the order the Albanese government has sent to our diplomats in the Middle East: get your families out of Israel, out of Lebanon now. That is a warning. That is a warning that war is about to come. There's also advice to the families of diplomats in Jordan and the Gulf nations to consider leaving too. Now, I've said for several weeks now that the US really does seem serious about attacking the Islamic fascist regime of Iran. Now, the excuse is Iran's nuclear weapons program. The reality is the chance to cripple and hopefully topple the world's most dangerous Islamist regime. I mean, this is the biggest sponsor of the world's worst Islamic terrorist groups like Hamas and Hezbollah. And Iran is, of course, a country where politicians chant death to America, death to Israel. So, ending that Islamic fascist state after 47 years would completely change the Middle East. And that attack on Iran does now seem imminent, perhaps as soon as the weekend. The US Navy is ready to strike from 5 fronts. It now has a second aircraft carrier group in place, as well as destroyers, and also has hundreds of other jets and bombers in bases throughout the Middle East, many just over Iran's border. And yesterday, the US sent 11 of its most advanced fighters, the F-2 Raptor, from the UK to Israel. This is a fighter so advanced that the US will not sell it to even allies. And the US Secretary of State overnight sounded like a man ready for war, fed up with the negotiations in Switzerland with Iran for a deal on its weapons.
But eventually, we'll have to have conversations about more than just the nuclear program. But if you can't even make progress on the nuclear program, it's going to be hard to make progress on the ballistic missiles as well. So I wouldn't characterize tomorrow as anything other than the next opportunity to talk. And I would say that the Iranian insistence on not discussing ballistic missiles is a big, big problem. I'll leave it at that.
And that's why our government has told families of diplomats over there to leave now. Leave Israel because it will be an Iranian target. Leave Lebanon because Hezbollah terrorists funded by Iran have an army there and they'll probably get involved. Now, we probably assume that the US with its advanced weaponry will easily defeat Iran, but there are reports that other autocracies are hurriedly arming it. Reuters reporting that China is on the brink of supplying Iran with state-of-the-art anti-ship missiles, and other reports saying Russia has also secretly agreed to a $1 billion arms deal. So don't assume that the US and Israel will get out of this war unhurt. No, this is in fact like Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which was done with Iranian and Chinese help. This too is a battle of a third world war. Dictators versus democracies.